Good evening, everyone. This is Stephanie, and you are on Changing Scripts. I don't know what's up with the hands, it's what I do. This is going to be a very glary kind of video because I need to refer to my notes as I'm talking about this stuff, and I'll try to make it as little glary as possible, but holy cow, I have stumbled onto a really interesting mystery, and I don't even think I've solved the mystery yet, but this is a random language video, and I'm going to title it letter B, but it's not the letter B. And those of you that know Chinese probably know where I'm going with this. But first, we need a little bit of music to go with this. And I do excuse my technical skills, but this is gonna have to do for now. Ah! If I don't turn the sound off. That's my laptop.
When I find I can't remember what comes after A and before C, my mother always whispers, let her be. She told me B starts big and bad.
Okay, you get the idea. Or do you? So check it out. That is Sesame Street's version of the, you guessed it, the Beatles' Let It Be. Theirs is the letter B, to teach the letter B in English. I used to use this song with my Arabic speakers in Malaysia who had a problem with the p and b sound. P and b sound. They're going to teacher mode. Plosive and fricative? I forgot. But anyway, point being, I used to use that to practice the different initial sounds of p, b, and other p and b sounds as well, but mostly initial ones were the ones that really, really messed them up. So check it out. That is not what I'm practicing because I'm learning Chinese, not English, right? I mean, I pretty much have a handle on English. But there is this character in Chinese that I keep seeing everywhere when I'm walking around in Shanghai or outside of Shanghai. And I keep seeing it, and this is what it looks like, and I can't actually copy and paste it in its individual form because it's so connected to the things around it. So here is it. Just look for, in this image that I'm going to show you, look for the part that looks like a B or a beta if you're scientifically inclined. Here we go. Okay, so do you see what I mean? It really, really looks like a capital B or, like I said, a beta in scientific terms. But it's not. So I've been curious. This isn't in my 100 radicals that I'm studying. This isn't in my Chinese tracing app that I'm using. It's not in either of those, but I keep seeing it in places. And because of my L1 interference with English, and because it looks like the English language, I'm curious. And I think I need to add the three-prong way of learning, a fourth thing that I'm learning, because one, I've got the 100 common radicals, which are going really well, but I'll tell you about that in my update next week. Two, I've got the tracing with the Chinese writer app, and three, I'm going to start the pronunciation pack any day now. I have days off next week, so I'm probably going to do that. But this is not an update video. I want to include a fourth track of learning, which is organic shit that comes up. Sorry to be so blunt, but there's tons of stuff that comes up. Like, I want to talk about the corpse character or radical looking like it's on the Shanghai license plates, but that's not for today. So I'm going to bring that up later. I have pictures to support this oddness. And it's that kind of thing where it's something that you think you know that turns out not to be that, but you don't know until you research it and find it. And that's kind of like organic learning, and that sticks because it's connected to something, right? And so that's why I figured I would go, sorry, my eyes, it's really kind of polluted today, so my eyes are all goopy. Yeah, China. The good comes with the bad, and these awesome characters come with some pollution. 'Tis life, man. Anyway, that's not my point. My point exactly is this non-letter B that I don't even know the name of, but I actually wrote down a stream of logical way to bring this up. And I already told you the character B thing that I used to do with my students, PB. This has nothing to do with that, but it looks like that letter. And since I especially spent time teaching that letter, I really, really am having a hard time translating this into a radical or a character. And I'm not even sure which one it is yet. So I've got all these questions. And so I went searching, and I literally spent the past 2 hours. Well, we were in a mall after work today. Everything turns into a story. We were in a mall after work today near work that had this amazing sushi place. And there were all these signs, because I was thinking about doing this non-B video all day, and on my breaks I was like making notes on what to research and where to look, and should I do like a walkabout video and try to find these that way and take the pictures. And then lo and behold, as we're going into the mall up to the 5th floor, which didn't take that long, I saw 4 different signs from the street up until our restaurant. I found 4 different signs outside and inside the mall that had this non-letter B. And so I took the pictures, and I decided I was going to backtrack and go from the pictures, the script in the pictures, to the meaning, and then, hey, I have context from my note cards, and I can add these words or phrases or characters or whatever they are to my learning. Only, it has me curious, and when I do figure out what this thing means, it's going to really, really, really stick, because not only have I been thinking about it for 2 days straight, but now I'm making this video about it and exposing to the world that I have no idea what this means. So here we go. So I did research when I came home for like 2 hours. I shut myself in the non-room bedroom, because that's not a real door. That has holes. Those black spots are holes. That is the door to my bedroom. Yeah. Anyway, I think I said that before, but I think it's really funny not to have a door, but to have a door. The bottom part is actually a door. See, that's actually a full-on enclosed space, but it doesn't matter because most of it isn't. This is so not the point. Focus. Okay, so the point is that we've talked about my English language interference. It is not a letter B. I need to find out the name for it first, so I stopped calling it letter B. So I thought I found that when I found this. And I got really excited because, hey, my last name, in case you want to take a look at my name up there, is Fuccio, F-U-C-C-I-O. Don't spell it slow. That gets really awkward, and all kind of gasps come out to anybody that's around. So I thought, hey, cool, it's called Fu. Fu. Is that the dropping? Oh, God, it's not called dropping tone. See, this is why I suck with pronunciation. Focus. I thought it was really cool that this character that's just jumping out at me on the streets and everywhere I go has the same, or has a few opinion letter combinations, that character, F-U, whatever. Again, don't spell it slow, I just did. With my last name, I thought, oh man, that's really going to connect. I'm really going to remember that. But I only found that name on one website. And so then when I search for that name, I come up with a completely different character, which means good luck and all this stuff, but it doesn't look like this one. So I was really excited that the beginning of my last name meant good luck in Chinese, only I don't think it does. And nobody's ever told me that, so I kind of believe that it doesn't. But wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be nice? Okay, that's a totally different song. The point being that I thought I found the meaning, and I thought I found what I could call it other than non-B. Not yet. If you know, please leave a comment down below. This is a learning process, and I am more than willing to take on whatever you have to offer. I'm still going to keep searching, but I am going to primarily deal with the learning stuff that I'm doing on the other routes. But I will definitely keep searching now and then for this information. But here's what I found so far. So it's not letter B, it's not foo, probably not. I looked on my Chinese Writer app to see if I could match the pictures I took with the HSK1. Again, HSK is the International Chinese Language Exam, and I think there's 6 levels, although there might be more than 6. I'm clearly on level 1. I just started a few weeks ago. And I'm making progress with level 1 as far as recognition of characters. But I'm scratching the surface, right? So I took a look, and I think it has like 100, HSK1 has like 160, I want to say, characters. And I looked through all of those, trying to match the 4 signs that I have. Here they are. with the 168 characters. And I'm really good at matching characters, so I can, even if I don't know what it means or how to say it, I can match characters, right? So I matched one of the 4 pictures, this one. And when I go into Google Translate and type in post office, it comes up with the same characters. Success! 1 character in the wild actually happened. Cool. The other 3, not so much. I looked all the way up to, I went off of the Chinese Writer app into, because of where I am with the practicing, it won't let me into the other levels. Fair enough, I haven't signed up, I'm using the free service. Still love the app. So I went online, thank you Google, and looked at HSK 3, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I could not match, and my eyes almost fell out. But I could not match the other 3 signs with that character with that looks like a bee that's not a bee. I couldn't match that with any of the 3 signs. So I'm guessing that these characters are either 1, not in HSK vocabulary, which I didn't even think of before I started the search, but you live and learn, right? Or 2, they're so high up that they're above level 6. So there's either more levels or my number 2 doesn't apply. So it's one of those 2. But you know what? It was really actually kind of fun to go through, because at this point I've been working with the, both in the Radicals and in the Chinese Writer app, I've been working with what the apps give me and just doing those and doing those and doing those. So it was kind of nice to go in the back end this time and to look in and see just how many, all the characters at once. And it was kind of nice. I'm starting to see the differences between the characters that look similar. Even if I don't know, even if I haven't seen them before, I realize now what I might confuse them with and what they might mean. And there were a few that I've seen around that I haven't practiced, and I guessed the meaning and I got them, and I can finally recognize the one for road, Lu, which I see everywhere, but it's got 3. Here, let me show you that one. See, it's got 3 radicals in it, 3 parts to it, and it's been really hard for me to recognize it, even though I see it everywhere, because that looks very busy to me. But I recognized it just as I was flipping by it in the Chinese Writer app, and I went, wait, I think that's road. I think that's Lu, and I went in, and sure enough, it was. So that was pretty satisfying. I mean, I was looking for the non-letter B, and here I was seeing all of these characters that I actually was at least recognizing visually, if not understanding the meaning of. So that was pretty cool. That was like a flipping through the dictionary moment and finding a really interesting word that you may have heard recently, or a word that applies to something that you didn't realize could get that specific. That's what that felt like, that accidental paper dictionary kind of spontaneous serendipity moment. And if you have never used a paper dictionary, please go use one. See what I'm talking about. I know it seems archaic. I use tons of technology for my learning too, or for my life too, but there's something about flipping through a paper dictionary that is a very different experience. Leave a comment down below if you agree with me. Alright, so I tried to do the matching, was successful with one of the 4. As far as at the level I'm at with Chinese to successfully match one of 4 pictures that I found in the wild, I'm super happy about that. Woo! I consider that a character in the wild success. Maybe there should be named character in the wild videos instead of random language videos. Okay, I'm going to think about that one. So, what do I want to do now? So then because I did all these things trying to match these characters, trying to find out what the meaning was for some of them. The postbox, unfortunately, the postbox, British English. The mailbox that I found was actually the most obvious contextual one. Like, I could have guessed that even without the characters. We'll ignore that for now. The other ones, I think one of them was a menu sign, or not a menu, but like a restaurant advertisement sign. And what was the other one? I gotta get all glary now. The other one was on the back of a train. No, that was the inside of a door that led to the bathroom. So I really don't even know if I want to show you that one. That might be something you might not want to see. Oh, speaking of bathroom videos, check out this random picture of this mommy kitty toilet. I know it's a toilet video, but it was in the mall and it was so cute. And I made sure before I took the picture there wasn't anything weird hanging out there. But how adorable is that? Okay, not what you expected to find in this video, but I'm keeping it in there. All right, I really love this mall, by the way. If you are in Shanghai, it's not a touristy mall. It's way, way out in Gubei, which is like the Korean, Japanese-ish kind of part of town. Yes, 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 it is. And there's tons and tons of street food out here. So if you're in Shanghai and you're in Gubei, or you want to make a trip to somewhere different that's not on the regular tourist path or not on the regular whatever path, New Parkson, oh no. See, I was calling it Newsome, but it's New Core, I believe is the name of the mall. The 5th floor has a sushi place that is amazing, and there's a ton of other restaurants up there that I think I can't wait to check out. But it's going to be hard because I keep going back to the sushi place and I need to experiment with the other ones. Point being, there's a really great home store on the 3rd floor, a Korean home store that has, it's like a Korean IKEA. It looks like just as sleek and wonderful and much closer if you're in Shanghai than where the IKEA is in Suzhou. Anyway, I am so going off on a tangent here, but I really like that mall, and I wish I was not so lazy and didn't wait until I worked near there to go there. Okay, point being, in the Chinese Writer app, I wanted to count how many different of these non-B character radical combinations, whatever they're called, there are in HSK1. And I found 14 of them. Here's a quick glance at some of the different ones. So, 14 of them just in HSK1. The weird thing is when I went to HSK2, HSK3, 4, 5, I didn't see as many of them. So there seem to be more of them in the lower level, and I don't understand it enough to know why, because I don't fully understand what this thing is yet. But I want to share with you before we go what I found out people were talking about, because this is not just a confusing thing for me. And I'm pretty sure this is way above my level right now in Chinese, but like I said, it's coming up around me, and I want to feed the curiosity while it's there. I think that's an important part of language learning, especially when you're immersed in a culture. I live in an expat bubble. I'm not really immersed, but I do have the language all around me. Even if it isn't at work, it is all around me visually in Shanghai and the other places that I work in China. So I'm semi-immersed. Let's agree on that. Right, so we already talked about it not being foo, and so I want to read to you some of the things I found online. So we'll call it non-B because I still don't know what to call it. All right, non-B is, and this one is from a site called wordsense.eu. And so here's what it says. In Mandarin, it does, this one says it's foo also. I didn't see that before. Maybe it is foo. For those of you that know Chinese, is this non-B foo also the good luck foo, or is that a different thing, or is this the replacement for the traditional character that is in the one that I kept looking at? And I'm not going to be able to find it again. Wait, am I? Am I going to be able to find it again? Are you going to hang on long enough for me to do a quick Google Translate? Good luck. And if I do English to English, isn't that going to suck? Yeah, that looks nothing like it. That has the close radical in it. I don't think that's it. Okay, I don't think I'm going to include that. Anyway, point being, that also says it's foo. So maybe this is called foo. 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 I need to work on pronunciation, clearly. Then, in the translingual part of this specific information, it says non-B, or foo, is the combining form of two distinct radicals, distinguished by whether it is on the left or right of the character. It is a combining form of and I'll put that one here. When used on the left of the character, as in, and it gives a few examples, when used on the right of the character, as in, You know what, I might not actually put those characters in there, but I might put a little screenshot of what I just read, just so that's in there. So, and that's one thing I did notice, is it appears on the left or right-hand side of other radicals / characters. And there was something else that I found. I'm not going to read you all of these things. See, this one is saying it's called Luzipang. Luzipang. That's my attempt at tones, guys. I'm sorry. And it goes on to give explanations. I'm going to put a little screenshot of this one. This is from speakmandarin.com. And thank you, everyone that puts all this information online. It's super helpful to be able to compare different interpretations, different questions, different information when you go searching for stuff like this from Realia. Holy cow, it's really, really helpful. So I want to put a screenshot of one of their examples that really, really helps. It has one where where fu is on the left side and with another radical or character, and it means land, and then on the other side, when it's to the right of it, not left of the first character, it means mainland. So I think I'm going to put that one in there. And then there's one with sun and sunshine. It doesn't move then. Why is it even in there? I'm not including that one. Cloudy and cloudy, it's on the same side. Yeah, the only one that's really helpful in that is the land and mainland one, so I'm going to include that only. But that example is one of the better examples. The final thing I want to share with you is what I found on Chinese.stackexchange.com. And this one was a forum conversation where people were saying, what's happening with these radicals? They don't make any sense. I know what you mean. So they're debating the radical with the two. Here, I'm just going to put it here. That one and the non-B, sorry, that one and foo. They're putting together saying, hey, why am I getting these two confused? Is foo really replacing the other one, or are they different ones? And so here are quickly the two things that people are saying. Quote, the Chinese are no more lying to you than in the English. When searching for ham, you'll get results for pork instead of farm and homestead. Language evolves, and in this case, the first character is archaic and mostly survives in places, names, and by lending its meaning as a radical. Okay, so it looks like foo is more used than what it replaced. Fair enough. We have archaic things in English as well. I totally get language evolution. All right, that was my foo dance. Do you foo dance? Okay, anyway, if that's not the name of the radical, then this is all going to be really silly. But who cares? It probably is anyway. Then they're asking for context. There was something else that was really good here. Oh, here it is, here it is. Actually, there is an imperfect rule. Language, right? And it works most of the time. When a radical is the left part of a character, it conveys a certain sense. For example, foo, as in foo and then moon, northern side of a hill, and foo and sun, southern side of a hill. Oh, it carries the meaning mound. Oh, that's pretty cool. But anyway, but when the radical is on the right part of the character, it usually only controls the sound of the character. For example, foo, oh, they're using foo also. Oh, it might be foo. Anyway, foo as in harbor. It conveys only the sound, not its original meaning. So that is the explanation that makes the most sense. So I think maybe combining these 3 bits of information from folks online, it sounds like if it's on one side, it adds to meaning. If it's on the other side, it adds to just the pronunciation. And it is replacing an older character that is used mostly just in naming proper nouns and things. But in actually identifying concrete nouns, it's not used. That is my interpretation from a quick, is 2 hours quick? Well, 1 hour was this trying to match the characters. So I'd say a good hour-long Google search. So I don't know if this is correct, but like I said, I'm more interested in keeping the curiosity going as I see these things and with more and more exposure to the characters and more exposure to different places that I'm seeing the language on and offline, this will be cemented in further. So I'm not too worried with perfection as far as meaning goes, but I do want to feed the curiosity fire, so to speak. So I'm very interested in what you think about this foo-ness, and if my last name is connected to good luck, that would be so incredibly awesome. And if I forget, remind me to talk about the corpse thing next time. I think that one's going to be fun to do some research on too. So I will ponder if random language videos will turn into characters in the wild videos. I did want to do one outside, but one, I found so many when just walking around the mall that I didn't need to. Two, believe it or not, after years of making fun of people with selfie sticks, I actually went to go buy one to make it easier to do in a walkabout character search, and I couldn't find one. I couldn't find a selfie stick in Asia. What is going on here? Anyway, I only looked in one store, but I hate shopping. So for me, that's it for now. I will continue to look for a selfie stick, and when I am done working this weekend, which I don't normally work weekends anymore, but anyway, when I'm done working this weekend, I'll do an out and about video with some characters and hopefully a selfie stick when it's light out. Right now I'm working during daylight hours for the next few days, so it's impossible, and this non-beingness, foo-ness was stirring up inside of me, and I wanted to get this information into some sort of form of a video so I could document this thing. I just realized that I did not even give you an overview of the channel, but you know what? That exists elsewhere. Go look elsewhere. Carry on. It's a random language video. It's not meant to be organized. Those are the update videos. I will be back early next week. I have off of work because of a holiday Monday and Tuesday, but I'm working Saturday and Sunday to make up for it, so it's not really time off. Yay! Point being, I will be doing another video either Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday night. Oh, I'll be in Nanjing, China for work. Nanjing. That is such crazy word order. I will be in Nanjing, China for work on Tuesday, so I will actually make a point to film from there, so hopefully I can get some interesting street views and whatnot, or at least a nice hotel view of the city from there. So I want to video from as many different locations as I work at, as possible. Now that I can no longer speak, I think it is time to sign off. Let's have some music while we go. Thank you so much for watching. Please favorite, thumbs up, follow, retweet me, do whatever you want to do. But I hope that you do it and share this, because this is a crazy little ride, and I feel like at this point I'm in it for the long haul. I'm not letting go this time. There's a fascination with reading these characters I've never had before. Usually I hit frustration instantly, and this time I feel like it's a bit of a happy explosion. A little bit at a time, and the frustration is so much less, and that makes me so happy. You have no idea how happy this makes me, and I hope that if you're learning Chinese, you have a similar feeling. If you're learning any language, you have a similar feeling. Alright, so thank you very much, and we're going to go out with the letter B again. Although, remember, this is not the letter B.
Yes, means letter B.
Thank you. Please favorite, retweet, comment. Would love to hear all of your ideas, questions, feedback. Okay. That's about all we have. Thank you so much. Until next time. Take care.